Hi Kiwi, and welcome back to another episode of Hades 1. This is our mirror setup for the day. Today I am going to be taking the aspect of Guan Yu on the spear, and we're going to be doing our 32 heat. We are officially past the halfway mark on our all aspect weapons 32 heat challenge. We're going to be taking 1 level of hard labor, 1 level of lasting consequences, maxing out convenience fee, jury summons, 3 levels of extreme measures, maxing out benefits package, middle management, underworld customs, forced overtime, patent security, and tight deadline at level 2. We're going to be taking the adamant arrowhead, and we're going to be hunting for Artemis's special. As we've done this build before, we are going to be aiming for a heart run build around the special.
You see how easily I tracked you down? Unless you went out of your way for me, that is.
And we're going to be desperately hopeful that we can find Charge Skewer on the special. Getting very lucky at the start with a nice epic tier special boon, so I'm not upset about that. Zeus really isn't that great here, but his call is decent. It's mostly he's going to eat palms away from us. I do need a boon to sell, and really the only god I want aside from Athena maybe is Aphrodite for Heartrend. So I'm going to take the coin here, though. I think I can get through Erebus unscathed, and this will give us a whole bunch of coin for the shop where maybe I can hopefully get a god potentially better than Zeus. Alright, well, we'll see. There's still no guarantee that I don't get hit here. These things do have 40% attack speed. There's a decent chance I get hit. Especially if the flame chariots spawn. I'm gonna just kite you around. Oh goodness, well at least... Flame chariots are a little scary, but there we go. Okay, cool, got it.
Miserable fools.
And we'll go for the palm level on the special since we don't have any other boons now. Alright. So yeah, we're up to like 300 coin, which is quite nice for us this early on. Now, in typical fashion, Guan Yu is one of the... It has a large trade-off. Now, its special does a lot of damage. Guan Yu's kind of a glass cannon sort of weapon in this game. Let's see, another palm on the special? Sure, I'll do that. We're going to ramp up our early game damage. That should hopefully carry us through Tartarus fairly well. This is why I took Fiery Presence, because I figured I could potentially one-shot enemies if I got... if I had enough base damage, and unfortunately we do not have enough base damage to one-shot the ringers, but we should one-shot witches and numbskulls very easily, as well as the crystal beam shooters, whose name I forget. But we're looking for Charge Skewer because it basically makes Guan Yu's special play like the bow, and that makes its DPS potential fairly up there. We'll go for the Chaos Gate and hope we get a good Chaos boon on the special too, or boon rarity up isn't terrible here. Oh, hi, Nyx.
It is odd to have returned to where I was born.
Alright, let's see what we get.
Your presence is appreciated, son of Hades, but please leave us here for now.
So Guan Yu's whole gimmick is that you have half your maximum HP. Ooh, okay, so take damage for special, then deal 40% more special. I can make the attack work in early Tartarus, so I'll go for it. I might have to suck it up if we get a bad Witches room, though, because Witches will cost me a Death Defiance almost... This game is so spiteful sometimes, I swear. And they're positioned around these walls, so it's really hard to hit them, actually. Oh well. I can still manage. These aren't enhanced witches. I guess really what I was worried about were witches that have any sort of benefits package modifications. Benefits package witches. I mean, we're halfway through the 32 heat challenge. You know what my opinion on witches are by this point, Kiwi. I don't need to rehash old hat. It looks like I can. Thankfully, thanks to Fiery Presence, I can do some pretty solid damage, even if it's not how I'm planning to build. Yeah, I think we can manage 3 rooms without the special just fine, as long as we don't end up seeing the boss fight before them, which I think we still have a fair number of chambers ahead for us.
A wretched sneak.
Oh gosh, sneak's a little iffy, but I can do it. As long as I position well, I should be able to get some good hits in. We'll not get our full hits off, but every hit adds up to killing the sneak sooner and sooner. And if I mash X and time my dodge as well, it's kind of the same deal as with Arthur, not Excalibur, although I guess technically it would be canonically Excalibur, right? I'm gonna wait for it to teleport next to me. I'm dropping Sisyphus here. It's gonna miss, probably. Oh, we got him. He teleported right next to Sisyphus, or the Boldy, excellent. Cool, and now we get a high tier Aphrodite on the attack.
Yourself, dearest, because you and we're going to have ourselves a little outing I expect that neither one of us shall soon forget.
Sounds like she's giving us something fancy. Alright, of course it's not her attack, and her cast is terrible. Her dash is also kind of lackluster. I will reroll for the sake of hopefully getting her attack. Or not, you know, or not. Life Affirmation making up for the weakness of Guan Yu isn't terrible here, so I guess I'll take that.
I'm all worked out.
All right, another Centaur Heart or another Palm. We're going to start having diminishing returns on the special at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and take this HP. It'll add a little bit of survivability to the run. Now, before I forget, so Guan Yu, if you've forgotten Kiwi, the way it works is its strength comes from, or its biggest weakness is that your HP and all HP, max HP gains are halved. So that makes it a pretty kind of glass cannon weapon at trade for some really good base damage on both its attack and its special. Its attack comes out fairly slow, so I wouldn't necessarily depend on it, unless I had to because Chaos gave us a curse that says we have to.
That's a really...
I think this is the mid shop. I have more than enough coin to afford that mid shop, but let me take a quick peek at this well of Charon here. Nothing I'm that excited about. Yeah, so basically all healing and all max HP are cut in half. Life Affirmation will at least make up for a little bit of that. Ares. Ares as our 4th god. If I lock in Ares here, we'd have 3 gods right now, right? Because we only have Artemis and Aphrodite at this point. Ares isn't actually a bad option. He has a really nice boon that'll make our specials deal a percentage increased damage if the previous hit killed something. That can work really well for these sorts of like one-shot builds. I'll take him. All right. So we're not offered the boon that I was thinking of immediately, but honestly, Urge to Kill here, 16% more damage on the special, not a terrible pick. We'll go for it. And getting to see Sisyphus here isn't bad either. Sisyphus will give us some more gold, and we'll be able to afford thanks to Sisyphus, we'll actually be able to afford another god boon by time
always good to see you, Prince.
we get to the end shop, assuming we get like 20 more coin, which is certainly possible, certainly well within the realm of possibility. Any gold pots in here? Nope. Ooh, okay, here we go. So this is our first hammer. We are looking for Charge Skewer above anything else. We get Charge Skewer and we basically have a free win. Oh, right. Forgot I can't use my special just yet. This is our last encounter before I can start using my special again, and we're gonna have a very chunky special soon. The thing about Heart Rend that I'm aiming for is it does require me to tag enemies with weak first, so getting it on the... definitely getting an Aphrodite attack is our ideal situation. Her cast is just... it's too unreliable because it forces us to go melee distance. Let's see. Well, sadly, we didn't get what we want. Let's see. Massive Spin. Our spin attack deals more damage and hits a larger AoE. Travels 80% longer. I could make this work, honestly, because the only reason I'm going to be using the Charge Spin is to heal. But Massive Spin isn't... here's the thing. With 2 levels of Forced Overtime, it is very hard to get your Charge Spin off in the first place without Quick Spin on top of it. So realistically speaking, I think... I don't know. I can make an argument for either. This being active more often means that the benefit of Guan Yu, the passive healing it gives when you hit things with your Charge Spin, will be more easily applied. Massive Spin, though, also kind of helps because it ups the damage and makes it a larger AoE. I think I'm going to go Massive Spin. But it definitely isn't the ideal hammer we were hunting for. Ooh, an Artemis Ares Trial. I am very tempted. How are we doing on... I have my special back. We have 3 minutes on the clock, and we should be on our last chamber.
Let's try it.
I don't know why I took this.
How foolhardy of you.
I think I was so excited about the trial room that I forgot what I was doing, to be honest. But it's fine, because, I mean, look at this. We are critting for a minimum of 300, I want to say. And I think it's possibly in the realm of 400 now, so we'll kill things fairly quickly at this point. There we go, 369. Cute.
Enough.
369 crit for 60. Oh, no. Oh, my nectar. Oh, that hurts. That hurts me a little bit inside. Those things never drop nectars. I wasn't expecting it. I mean, they obviously do drop nectars, but I was just trying to save time on tight deadline. Oh, well. We will take Ares first because Artemis is a little bit easier to deal with here.
The recent devastation which you caused, that was impressive work.
Oh, well. Also, forgive me if I'm a little slow tonight. I'm on 4 hours of sleep. I had a nightmare and I couldn't fall back asleep afterwards. All right, so we're getting the lowest tier of battle rage, but after slaying your foe, your next attack or special deals 100% more damage. Is quite nice. It is quite nice. It's doubling our damage.
Ah, good. Just when I had almost forgotten what an arrow to the back felt like.
Oh, well, I mean, we're using a spear, so I mean,
Do it, Artemis.
I guess you're imagining things a little bit there, Artemis. But no harm in creativity for a hunter. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna back off and try and get a Massive Spin off for some healing. So I am not going to depend on my spin and charge very much at all because you're a sitting duck while you charge this thing up. And the amount of healing it gives on with forced overtime level 2 is probably not as much as you're going to be taking. Case in point, I'm terrible. I know. Like, all right, I'm giving up on this room. Like, these are slow-moving enemies, and I'm still just getting hit for 12. So, what does it matter? Okay, I have definitely taken more hits than our ideal, but critting for 500, not bad. I'm liking this urge to kill. No, man. So unfortunately, I was mashing dodge there, but the downside to Guan Yu, building around the special, is the special's attack animation is actually fairly long. Probably your best chance to charge your spin attacks if you're going to depend on them is when enemies are loading in, and just avoid using it otherwise because you're just going to get punished for it in the long run.
All right, I'm going to forgive you now, I guess. No need to beg. You just think twice next time, okay?
I guess as a recollection from the Hades run, charge your Charge your spin when enemies load in, or something like that. Only spin when they load in. All right, we leave the attack free because we'll need that for Aphrodite's, but Hunter's Mark here, not bad. Would have loved to see a higher tier Hunter's Mark. I'm not gonna waste rerolls though, so Hunter's Mark it is. And then this is our end shop. We can't afford one more boon, so we'll go for this. Ideally, we're offered either Aphrodite or not Poseidon. Really didn't want to see Poseidon here. Well, I guess Poseidon isn't terrible, but I'm not going to build anything from him that works well for synergy. So I think I ignore this boon, or I take it to sell. I don't know. I don't feel like it's worth it. Take the palm, toss it on the special.
You, mate?
Battle Rage isn't a bad option here either. But we're still getting fairly good effect from palms on the special, so I'll take that. Do I take the HP here? I don't need it. I hope I'm not about to bite my tongue on that one. Who do we get? Okay, Mega can very easily handle.
Don't think I'm gonna go easy on you, Zagreus.
I would never expect that of you, Meg. You just are easy to begin with. You're not intending on it. You just are. Oh hey, a gold bot. Thank you. Another good chance for charging up your, your spin is probably when enemies are in their invulnerability shields or repositioning. I wouldn't necessarily wait for repositioning, but here's a good example of when to charge, because Mega is just gonna charge up. Hold on one second. I want to avoid these as best I can. Her friends are a little bit annoying too, but the nice thing is with her spawning friends, I can use them to trigger Urge to Kill. All right, one phase left. I'm just barely outrange here. I need to be careful of Electo, though. Oh, no. Don't lose a Death Defiance, Jeff. You can do this. You can definitely lose a Death Defiance. Those 500 crits are quite nice. Okay. So not the cleanest Charteris. We definitely lost a Death Defiance that we could have afforded not to lose.
Yeah, this flew off.
But it's fine. We're still in it, and with Life Affirmation, assuming I don't sell it in the pool of sticks coming up, we can make some good work off of this stuff that we have so far.
Here's to a pleasant voyage up in Asphodel.
Let's think about this.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do think I probably have to sell Life Affirmation of all the boons that I've got, because of them all, it's probably the one that offers me the least benefit, and giving up... I mean, Urge to Kill is only 16% more damage. It's really not that exciting, and maybe I do that, actually. I'll sell Urge to Kill and keep Life Affirmation, because that might add up to a lot of HP that we could really benefit from. Okay. It's a little lame. I'm losing some damage, but I think it's worth it. And we will take Athena here. I think I do need that level of safety that Athena brings. Would honestly like to force Aphrodite onto the attack, but Athena early for hopefully her dash, which, knowing our track record, she's only going to offer us her attack now, is the route I'm going to take for now. I'd still love to see some more Chaos boons. We could use... We're basically at this point, we're full build aside from Charge Skewer. If we get Charge Skewer, we're set. But we're not going to see a hammer until likely Elysium at the earliest. I mean, there's a very high chance we see a hammer in Elysium. But until then, hammers do not like to show up in Asphodel outside of the shop, and I'm not counting on that showing up. Thankfully, I have a ranged build, and I will play like I have a ranged build. There's no excuse for me to go melee distance to enemies at this stage. Oh, hold on. Would very much enjoy seeing Hunter's Mark get triggered a little bit more often, but we're just not getting lucky crits. Unfortunately, the crit chance doesn't scale with palms, only the damage, which, granted, is still incredible because any crit scaling is insane in this game, especially once you get Heart Rend, but even before, I mean, a easy peasy 300% damage increase, or sorry, 200% damage. It's basically one crit at base damage is a triple damage hit.
Lady Athena.
All right, please give us your dash.
Remain relentless in your efforts, Zagreus. For perseverance is a quality we all possess.
Please? Please? Yeah, that's not a surprise. She didn't even offer us, the only boon she is offering us is her special. That is pathetic. Do I really waste a reroll here? I don't want to. I'm taking Holy Shield. I'm gonna regret this. I should roll for her dash. There's an Erebus Gate with Aphrodite. There's a Artemis. I mean, what are the odds that I make it through an Erebus Gate without taking damage here? They're pretty low. But I need that Aphrodite boon more than I need the Artemis boon, so I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna try for it. And if we beat this Erebus Gate damage free, we will get a very high tier Aphrodite boon.
One scratch and all your efforts will be lost.
Charging up my spin while they are loading in. Oh, good, Flame Chariots. Well, I thankfully timed my dodge very well there, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get away from all these chariots safely. Oh gosh, hold on. Oh my goodness. Wow, I can't believe I got out of that alive. This splitter is causing trouble for me. Oh goodness, another flame chariot. Thankfully these guys are pretty slow because they're not enhanced by benefits package here. Well, at least the chariots aren't. I'm lucky that splitter hasn't hit me once yet. It really is trying. It's not for lack of effort. It's just for lack of positioning, if nothing else. It's hiding behind this wall. It is so oh my goodness, that armor is so tanky. I need to play so safe here. We're playing a ranged battle here, that's for sure. If I could just break its armor, I could probably finish it. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, at the last second almost hit me.
Yes.
Whew. And she's still not offering her attack. Do I just take Crush Shot? She really wants to give me Crush Shot. I'm gonna reroll here. I can't believe our RNG. There we go. Finally. All right. 96% attack modifier inflicts weak, which gives enemies, it makes enemies deal 30% less damage. Yeah, beautiful. Exactly. That's my opinion here. I'm gonna go for the mid shop here. Saves us an encounter, saves us time, saves us potential damage we take, and now we have our 4 gods in the pool, so we can get another god. That said, there isn't really a whole lot I want from Ares right now, is there? I mean, I guess I could get Urge to Kill, I could get Blood Frenzy back, but those are about all I want from Ares.
I think I got one.
His call isn't terrible, but it's really not the right pick for this situation. And there's Artemis showing up, so we could actually see Heartrend here. Do I just take the palm and put it on the special and move on with my life? There is an argument for it. I wish... You know what? Oh, wait. You know what? The Codex does pause. I do wish that the Codex showed you what boons you currently have on your... actively have on your current run. That way you don't make some mistakes that are more avoidable. So Urge to Kill, Blood Frenzy, Battle Rage we've got. So it's really those 2 boons if I were to get anything from Ares. That said, getting a boon to sell isn't a bad idea here. We might be able to save up enough coin to be able to afford another boon. I guess I will take it for that reason.
Pleasure doing business.
Blade Dash, I want to hold off on taking dashes for. Slicing Shot, we could... I mean, honestly, getting Hunting Blades on top of everything else is really not that bad here. We only have 1 cast stone, and I'm not going to build into the cast, so it's not ideal. We also lose the bonus damage from Boiling Blood. Could make an argument for Ares' aid. I mean, it's never a wrong choice to start building around Hunting Blades, especially on a weapon like Guan Yu, where you really do need to be mindful of positioning and damage. And there's no guarantee we get Charge Skewer. I guess I'll play it safe. I don't know if that's the correct choice, honestly. I don't know if there was a correct choice. At the end of the day, we're taking this boon to potentially sell, so I can always get rid of Slicing Shot later. Alright, Gorgon Head is going to teleport as soon as it spawns, so I'm not going to waste my time trying to hit it. I'm going to position around it so that I drop my Boldy. I got stoned. Oh no. Ah, shoot. Well, I took a lot of damage there, but I'm not dead yet. And now I'm going to bail out, because the Skull Crusher is genuinely the thing I have more trouble with than the Mega Gorgon Head itself. I'm prone to getting hit by it because of the nature of its attacks. There we go. All right, we've almost got that dead, and the Gorgon has popped. So this next special, if it lands with a crit, is going to hurt. It does not crit, but that's fine. The Skull Crusher here is all about just timing your dashes appropriately. If you know how it's going to attack, it's fairly easy to evade. I'm just trash at it. Oh, wow. Well, not the boon I would have preferred, but Hunting Blades is still Hunting Blades, so we'll take it. How much do you want to bet I would have gotten Heartrend if I hadn't taken Slicing Shot there, though? So I guess we can't sell Slicing Shot anymore. But on the bright side, I just drop Hunting Blades, let it do its thing, and then deal with the rest of the enemies on my own terms when capable. Oh my goodness. I do probably primarily focus around playing, or focus by playing around on my special. I just have the option of something extra if I need. I am lucky I was not taking lava damage there. Also, that was really fancy. All the enemies lined up and just got Hunter's Mark one after the other after they got killed by the special. So everything just got popped really fast. The one downside to a Hunting Blaze is it travels really slow, so I am playing at a huge range, and it's not really going to be great at hitting enemies that way.
No time to waste and so on, cuz. Now choose.
Alright, what do we get? Greater Evasion, Swift Flourish, or a nice Hyper Sprint. We'll take Hyper Sprint here, because that's damage reduction when we dash. And it will set us up for Rush Delivery, which will be an incredible DPS up. Even if we don't get Charge Skewer, we are critting for 500, so I can't complain that heavily. And that's, again, before we even have Heart Rend. Oh my goodness. Almost dashed into that projectile. Thankfully, I did not. Really would love to see a couple more crits. I think we have, what, a 15% crit chance with our special boon? I might be mistaken. It might be 20. It's bare minimum 15%, though. Try and charge up a little bit of the charge skewer there if I can. Oh my goodness, I'm lucky that guy just... Looks like every now and again enemies who have auto-targeting have failures of auto-targeting, which is quite nice to see that it goes both ways. There we go. What did he just...
Collect.
Why did that guy die? There's our Aphrodite room, and we can't afford a god boon, so I will take this Aphrodite chamber, because there's a decent chance we could get Heart Rend here. If we do get Heart Rend, I'm going to have to start playing around our attack a little bit more, which is a little sketchy, but we'll make it work.
In the name of Hades.
And we get nothing. Do I reroll here? I think this was a Golden Laurel room, so it's probably worth at least rerolling once for the chance. So let's do it.
Any other blessings, maybe?
And there it is, Heart Rend. Ideally, after this, what we see is Empty Inside, I think it's called. It's the boon that makes weak effects last longer, so I can tag enemies with my attack and then move on and not have to stay and repeatedly tag them with the attack. But at the end of the day, now I'm set up for a really strong damage buff.
Not really in a talking mood this time, Lerny.
So what we do is we tag Lerny with our special first because we do have Fiery Presence on, so our first hit does more damage. I very well may have to, unfortunately, drop a Sisyphus fairly early into this fight. I'm going to try and get away with what I can here. Drop my attack. Of course, my special auto-targets the hit I wasn't focusing, but it's fine. Good crit. Excellent crit. More crit. 3 crits in a row. And 4 out of 5 crits. Not bad.
Go, Sisyphus.
Look out below.
Boldy. Boldy,
For that.
where are you aiming? Where are you aiming at, guy? Oh well, it's fine. Love to see those 600 crits, though. Okay. We're making fairly decent work of Larny. Oh gosh. Lots of projectiles that I need to dodge, or dodge into, rather. Trying to pop what head I can. Because as soon as we get Urge to Kill active again, that ups our damage, and Hunter's Marks, and tossing Hunter's Mark between the heads also helps a ton. I'm lucky I haven't gotten hit by anything of that. Of course, 5 damage crits, because there was like 5 damage worth of, or 5 HP worth of armor left on that head feels kind of lame. Oh gosh, okay, so there's a decent chance I lose the Death Defiance here. I'm just not positioning well, and I'm getting clipped by a lot of attacks. Okay, bailing out here. I don't know what the purpose of that Hunting Blade was, but it wasn't to hit Lerny, that's for sure. Okay, we've got this. Charge is up. Wow, I survived with 1 HP. I think as long as I get 1 crit here, I should be able to kill him before he hits me. Or not, you know, this is fine. This is fine. Not a single crit to be seen. Come on, Lerny. Just get crit. I am missing every shot. Auto target is not helping here. Sheesh. Okay, that was a little embarrassing. I'm just like, we were both just having is the phrase pissing contest to see who can, I don't know. We were projecting threat from a distance, and neither of us were committed to hitting each other there. It was kind of a hot mess to watch. All right, well, not the worst, not the best. We got Heart Rend, so we really don't need to force Aphrodite at this point. So maybe I just take something for survivability or speed, or I take Coin Purse like I often do in Elysium on these runs.
Boon's worth giving up.
Very willing to give up Holy Shield here. I think I'd rather keep Life Affirmation. I don't actually know. Holy Shield might save my ass. Oh well, I'm gonna let go of Holy Shield. Final answer. Light of Ixion here. Kind of tempting, but we're very likely to see a hammer offered in the next chamber, so is it really worth giving up the hammer for a Chaos Boon that will make our run a little bit harder, potentially. I can make an argument either way. There's no guarantee we'll see a hammer, it's just very likely. And we'll likely be offered that hammer again later on in Elysium too. Elysium really likes to offer a second hammer before you leave. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the coin purse. 150 gold means we can buy another boon now, and more importantly, we can buy this Kiss of Styx, and I think that's going to be my final answer. Maybe I shouldn't have done that because there's still a decent chance we see Patroclus here in Elysium, but I think for Guan Yu in particular, I need to play a little safe. I've got my damage. Now I just need to make sure I survive long enough to get it off, you know? And I can kite enemies through hunting blades after all.
Nicer climate.
All right, so no hammer. So I guess it would have been worth taking the Light of Ixion. Not worth, I mean, that is 50 HP cut in half and increased by 36%, but the Hermes boon here is a huge potential. If we get Rush Delivery, our damage just skyrockets very rapidly. Really would love to see a crit at any point on this enemy. Well, I guess that's the downside. Our base crit chance is not inspiring, and our special attack speed is also not that inspiring. Would have loved to have Athena's dash here, because Athena's dash actually would have killed these guys very quickly. Where are they? Teleporting splitters, not my favorite of the enemy types that I could see, and they're so spread out, which I guess makes it easier to deal with, but also it means that I'm likely not going to be spreading Hunter's Mark very well. Yeah, like I said, would have loved to see Athena's dash at any point. Let's kill this shielder. The shielder is actually going to be the problem for me more than anything. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of projectiles. Aish. I'm probably going to have to drop a Sisyphus for some HP.
In the name of Hades.
Let's see, rush delivery 50%, not the most amazing rush delivery, but it's rush delivery, so it's always amazing. All right, and there is our second hammer. This is our best chance at seeing our damage skyrocket, because Charge Skewer is another, what is it?
Great shields.
Oh, hold on, oh man, I was trying to avoid that. I have 1 HP left. Realistically speaking, I'm just gonna get hit and immediately lose that Death Defiance that we just spent a fair bit of money on. I will be very happy if we see Patroclus, is all I'm gonna say. I guess I do have the option of charging this up and then positioning behind them. And if I do that, I do get a fair bit of HP back. It's adding up. Probably not worth it in the grand scheme of things in terms of tight deadline management. I'm going to inevitably lose a Death Defiance to the heroes, but I think after that I can manage Hades just fine. We are not having good crit luck though, I have to say. Trying to just position as safely as possible, and if I dash into one of these arrows, I'm just going to immediately lose my HP anyway. Oh, hey, look, a 500 damage crit. About time. Well, we tried. I'm going to drop Sisyphus here, honestly, for the HP. Ulti with Hunter's Mark on an enemy is always funny, too. But we're really hunting for Charge Skewer, and we got it. Never punished. All right, hold special for up to 200% base damage, minimum range reduced until fully charged. And there's Patroclus to give us 360 gold worth of Death Defiance. Or a mid chop, but obviously Patroclus is the better choice here. All right, cool.
Look there, that's your ward approaching.
Would have really preferred seeing these guys later into Elysium.
Just restocked on these battle trinkets if you'd like one, stranger.
But we'll take it nonetheless. It's 1 Death Defiance refunded. So just so you know, so see in the upper right corner it says Chamber 29. Elysium ends in 4 chambers. Basically, every biome has a certain number of chambers you need to meet before you are offered the chance to leave. I'm gonna take the mini boss here. If it's Butterfly Ball, fantastic. If it's Asterius, I will cry a little bit. Hi, Asterius. I'm gonna cry with you a little bit.
I have my armor, short one. Let's see what you have.
Realistically speaking, I have no excuse for losing a Death Defiance here, but I'm going to. Unless he makes his oh right, I have Charge Skewer now. All right, so our minimum hit is like 400, and that's without crit, mind you. Also, I forgot, we did in fact actually get, ooh, that was a 1600 crit. Yeah, I forgot, we got Rush Delivery too. Bull, you coming? So yeah, I tag him with the attack, and then I just run off. I can afford to play it safe now because 1 good crit, and we just melt the bull. And of course he has like the most incredible pathing. Thankfully he did get clipped by our attack before that happened. We should be phasing him any second now. Dropping Hunting Blades for safety. I love that he gets his shield and then still gets his bull rush off. It's kind of nonsense, but look at those 1600 crits. You gotta love it. I'm gonna hide behind the statue so I know he can't hit me easily. And he's just about phased, and there we go. Okay. Aside from some bull hockey around the bull rush, or his bull charge, pretty clean Asterius fight, all things considered. We'll see how that goes against the actual heroes fight, though.
I accept this message.
All right, Aphrodite, of course. Oh, hey, what empty inside? Perfect. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted to see. This makes it way easier to apply my weak and then keep a distance. And we're gonna get some HP, which honestly we could use. We're in a position where we basically just die to Hades in one hit. I mean, oh my goodness, if I get hit by a single one of his pots, I'm just gonna have a real bad time. I would have loved to see Athena's dash. At least she gave us a boon that we could sell, if nothing else. I should be thankful for that, I suppose. Oh my goodness. I unfortunately got clipped by all of that. And that, and that. Okay. This is a hot mess of a chamber. I'm going to charge up my spin and hope to get some HP back. It looks like shielders do block your spin if you're standing in front of them, but if you get behind them, or once the damage frames are behind them enough, it does start to heal you, or it does start to hurt them. Get one more HP off of these guys if I can. Okay. Not looking great, but at least that we got a little bit more HP back. Like I said, this is kind of my reasoning for why I would have preferred to see Patroclus a little bit later in the run, because I know I'm gonna lose a Death Defiance at some point in Elysium. Crit for 2050 there, not bad at all. And there's a Chaos Gate right before the heroes. That seems super dicey. If I get a unlucky roll, I'm just gonna have a really terrible time. Need to get rid of those splitters ASAP. I have no defenses against them. Don't know why I tried to charge up my skewer there. He had a shield up. Alright, charge the skewer while they're spawning in, and some chariots. We're gonna just run away from that and just keep a maximum distance possible. I don't even want to charge a skewer against those. And oh, butterfly balls. Butterfly balls are fairly easy to get some HP back on, but they're also a fairly easy target for losing HP on, so take what you... pros and cons, I suppose. Another chariot. Gonna bail out. I am just barely faster than that chariot with hyper sprint. Oh my goodness. I am not enjoying this chamber, Kiwi, but I'm doing pretty well, all things considered. All right, I need to get rid of this splitter. This splitter is honestly a problem, and I think we did. So now I can kind of heal up on these butterfly balls potentially, assuming their butterflies are not everywhere in front of me. The one downside to having a really powerful Aphrodite boon in terms of DPS is it does unfortunately make it much harder to heal with Guan Yu, and honestly, I think once again, I think I'm taking more damage than I'm healing here because the butterflies are just constantly clipping me. All right, I've given up on that.
Gods grant me strength.
Let's see. Empty Inside is a terrible palm. Hunter's Mark or Battle Rage. I could make an argument for Battle Rage, but it'll fall off in boss fights where I really care about it. I think Hunter's Mark is the way to go. One crit is all that it takes to kill. I think I go for this, or we go for the Athena room. Athena can give us her dash now, and hopefully she will. Given we only have call and dash slot left for a Core boon, there's a very good chance that she will finally give us her dash. And then that sets us up for potentially more Death Defiances. I think, let's see, we have 3 minutes on the clock. We're at chamber 32, so basically the next chamber is the last chamber before we see the final bosses. So I have enough time. I'm gonna go for this. Hopefully I make it back with more than 51 HP. Lots of archers are a little scary because they can do rapid fire damage if I'm not careful. Oh gosh. I am definitely losing a Death Defiance here. It'll be a miracle if I don't. Wait, oh no, there it is. I found it. Okay.
I should keep
Worthless wretches.
Net positive on the HP, so I'm not going to complain too bad about that, but that was a little messy. When you see a room full of archers happen, it's a little sketchy.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Than's saving us time, too.
I'd drop in. We'll have to catch up at some other time, though good to see you anyway.
That plus the fact that
All of you, prepare.
he gives us HP if we beat him in his little contest, which is very easy with our current build, mind you. Although I will say Than pops enemies faster with forced overtime. I guess Than's attack speed gets increased like everyone else's for some reason, which I find amusing, but it makes sense, I guess. I don't know if I would really consider Than an enemy, but it makes sense to just add a little bit of challenge with forced overtime. But ooh-wee, are we critting good? Yeah, I don't think Than stands a chance at out DPSing us here. It's really just a matter of can he get a juicy circle, but we are so ahead of him on this challenge at this point that it doesn't even matter. I mostly just need to, at this point, just not get hit anymore, and he can kill the rest for us. But, like, look at this. This is the power of Charge Skewer with with a good Artemis special, some good Chaos RNG, and most importantly, I'm not even benefiting from Heart and Run. I'm barely using Heart Run here, but Hunter's Mark definitely helps, that's for sure. Alright, Athena, please. Okay, there we go. Divine Dash. Excellent. Alright, so... Hi, Than. Thank you for the HP. And that gave us... Oh, I guess I was wrong. Well, it doesn't matter. We're going to go for this trial because I need boons to sell. Once again, we'll take Ares first. Now, I generally don't recommend taking trials in high tier or higher heat runs, especially things past 32 heat. Here, I can make an argument for it, just because, again, I need boons to sell. Ares Aid. I think at this point, it's not a bad call. Let's see. I've got Athena's Aid, which would keep us alive. Aphrodite's Aid is terrible, in my opinion, unless you get Greater Call. And then if I wanted that, I would just go for Artemis's Call. I think I lock in Ares Aid here. It'll give me some time to reposition. The damage isn't amazing, I think, but it's basically now, it's kind of, it's honestly the equivalent of Athena's Aid, but it does damage. So I'll take it. I'll take it. It's not amazing, but it's decent enough.
Look, turns out it's time for target practice once again. Start running, Zagreus.
All right, you got it, Artemis.
Sorry, Artemis.
Look, maybe I don't know the chamber numbers quite right, but I do know there is, like, you can fairly reasonably predict when you're going to be moving on to your final boss fight based on the number of chambers. Like, for example, for Styx, you need a minimum of... 1 second. Not a fan of this. This is a lot of armored archers, which means it's very hard to keep them from hitting me before I can kill them. And their little revenants are armored too. Oh, just barely couldn't stop that from respawning. It's fine though. One good crit and we're fine. Do need to be mindful of this other archer in the bottom corner of the map. Where are you? There you are. Hopefully they can finish that. Nope, we got another wave. Charge this up for some HP back, I suppose. Using Ares Aid to bail out of getting hit works in some instances. I'm seeing that it's not nearly as reliable as I would hope. Definitely would have preferred Athena's Aid, I think, in that regard, but it's fine. Of the boons that we've got, it's... we actually moved too slow to hit that guy. That's kind of sad. I am 1 hit from death. If I can pop this archer's HP or armor, we're fine. Please no respawning. I'm gonna get behind the wall here to block those projectiles. Okay, we're good. Just don't get hit by traps, and wha-bam. Whew. Held on to that with all.
So you survived. So what? Here, why not take a boon and then be off?
She's really getting fed up with us, isn't she? All right, pressure points for the 2% extra crit chance, probably the best option. I might honestly sell Ares Aid if I'm being honest. I'd rather see Athena's Aid. Let's see, what do we get here? Centaur Soul plus 13 HP permanent. I think I'd rather get a boon. We'll take the shop. I don't think I can afford HP and a boon here. So Aphrodite's boon. Maybe I go double dip on the HP here just for survivability. Like I said, I have all I need for damage. Sweet Surrender isn't bad because it gives us a DPS up. Ooh, I only have 1.5 minutes on the clock for the heroes. I'm gonna take the HP. Sweet Surrender's DPS up is nice, but I need to be super aggressive, and having some extra HP affords me the ability to do so.
It is as the king said. You will not leave Elysium except through us.
Fair enough, Asterius. Alright, I'm gonna go start beating up your friend if you don't mind. Oh, well. Guaranteed crits with Hunter's Mark is quite nice here. Oh, gosh. That was avoidable. That was entirely avoidable. I'm kind of in the gotta go fast mindset, and I'm so much more prone to taking damage with that mindset on. The nice thing is... Whoop, hold on. I do not like how much of a speed down that the Blade Rift call is actually. I guess now I understand that Ares' call may not be as good as I had hoped it to be. I'm gonna focus down Theseus a little bit here. Alright. Theseus is almost popped. One more good crit on Asterius. Never mind. I didn't realize he had that much HP. That's fine though. We just gotta bail out. Bailing out. Got a good hit on him now. Oh gosh, this is a little much. Alright, Theseus is popped. It gives me a chance to hopefully finish Asterius. There we go. Alright. Charge up my skewer here. Oh gosh. Popping this for safety. Didn't actually do that much for me, but it's fine. As long as Theseus doesn't face me, I can get some good hits on him. Oh gosh, I tried to God Gauge there and... Come on, dodge that way. Ah, not a single crit for us. We're having fairly bad crit RNG, and I'm not using hunting blades nearly as well as I should be.
You monster, for there's naught else you can do.
He hits multiple times with his little spinny slash there. It's I get hit by it so much. Like I find Theseus extremely difficult to deal with melee builds.
My greatest fan.
And you know the funny thing is I'm not actually a melee build, so why am I getting hit by that? That is a good question, Jeff. All right,
I suppose that I shall be seeing you quite soon.
We're feeling a little bit of sweat. It's funny how like just a single like going from 20 heat casually to 32 heat more aggressively. It's a bit rougher, but to hear in my defense, I play Hades for casual fun, and for me, the fact that I can consistently do 32 heat, I think is worth being proud of. Not something that everyone can do, and certainly if you're struggling with it, I don't blame you. It's hard. It really is. So, all right. I need to save up money for a Death Defiance. Of these boons, I wish to sell none of them. Hunter's Mark falls off a little bit in sticks, I suppose, so I could part ways with that. Do I re-roll and hope for something easier to part with, though? Because there are some really bad things. There are some things I'd really rather not sell. Easiest to purge at this point is Ares' Aid. The odds of us seeing that, not amazing. I'd rather hold on to my rerolls, so if we get Athena, I can roll for a Death Defiance. So I think I'm going to have to let go of Hunter's Mark, which is really unfortunate. But I think out of all the boons, like, it would be very helpful in the early chambers of Styx, but it falls off for Hades, it falls off for the mini-bosses I'm going to be focusing. Prometheus Stone, not a bad pull here, but I'm going to save my coin again. I need 240 coin to afford a Death Defiance. Hopefully we see Athena. She is worth a Death Defiance as well. Hopefully. We don't have a lot of... She doesn't have any core boons she can offer us, and we already have one of her tier 2s, although I actually know I sold Holy Shield, so never mind on that. But there's a decent chance that Athena offers us a Death Defiance if she ends up showing up. We've been scorned by Athena more than once on these runs, so no Athena in the shop. No Athena in the chambers either. Hate to see it. All right, I guess we'll go... I guess I'll go Aphrodite first because she offers a little bit more than Ares does, maybe? They're both kind of going to be whatever at the end of the day here. So, yeah, we'll take mini bosses because my single target damage is great, especially if I can dodge around them. But the downside to Styx mini bosses at this with my current pact setup is that we will end up seeing more than one mini boss at a time. So I need to melt the first boss as quick as possible. I do have one Sisyphus charge left, so that's worth mentioning too. I am so prone to getting hit by rats in Styx, it's kind of nuts. Tiny vermin just attack so quickly if you are standing near where they spawn. I'm going to bail out over here because I really would like not to get poisoned. Alright. Can I heal up a little bit with my charge skewer? It's probably not worth risking. Oh my goodness, that was more damage than I really even needed to consider taking. Oh, I have taken 60 damage in this chamber. What an awful chamber. I have misplayed terribly. Like, again, I maintain the fact that just building around charge spin without quick spin is just not worth it. You take more damage than you heal in most instances, unfortunately. Oh gosh. But I'm trying to heal at least a little bit of HP back. I do need to be mindful of tight deadline. I need to be mindful of enemies that are just gonna one-shot me if they get even a single hit in.
Bad time to be a little short.
Ugh, I can't afford this, but I would have really liked to have been able to afford it. Alright, what mini-boss do we see? We see Giant Vermin. Lovely. I can kite this guy very easily, as long as I play smart and don't stand on the traps or in front of the enemy. Alright, we got the Giant Satyr as our second mini-boss, and I got poisoned. I need to be careful here. One stray hit, and I'm just dead. It's really mean of them to put the traps... I am so afraid of standing near where these traps trigger. Oh my goodness. One hit from this vermin and I'm gonna have a bad time. There we go.
Hi, Aphrodite.
Alright, sweaty, but we made it. No Death Defiance consumed. And... do I just take the damage reduction here? Now, here's the thing. It says nearby foes attack, so I assume that means if they're melee distance. Which, realistically speaking, I'm going to kite Hades to heck and back if I can manage to do so. I do not want to be within melee distance of him. Do I reroll here for Sweet Surrender? I think we had Artemis, Ares, and Hermes left in the pool for things to get. So, honestly, maybe I save rerolls for Wells of Charon to hopefully get a Death Defiance. That's assuming I even see one. We may have just used all our RNG in that previous pool. I guess I will take different league. It's not ideal. Maybe I sell it, honestly. If we end up surviving Hades with 1 HP, then it was worth it, I guess. Artemis here could give us Hunter's Mark again. Might honestly buy that now, because there's no way I'm affording that Hermes boon, but then I give up the chance of being able to afford a Death Defiance, so I'm going to sit on it for now. We'll go for Ares Chamber 2. Hopefully, this would be the worst possible run to have bad sticks RNG, and so that's what I keep saying, a prediction of how things are going to play out, and I haven't been right yet, and hopefully I continue to be wrong, but this is going to be the 5 Chamber 6. Just you watch, Kiwi. Do I sell here? Definitely don't sell any of that. We have enough coin to afford a Well of Charon for a Kiss of Sticks. Gotta keep that in mind. Trying to kill these satyrs as quick as possible, because I don't know why, what it is about them. I am just so prone to getting hit by them. For some reason, giant vermin also have been just ruining my life this run. And I just ruined their lives by one-shotting them. Like, we have the damage if the crits happen. But only if the crits happen. Actually, you know what? I lied. We did 500 damage there without crit. I really need to be mindful about positioning. One stray hit and I'm just cooked.
There it is already.
Alright, Ares. Blood Frenzy. Of all these boons, Urge to Kill gives us the most consistent damage. Blood Frenzy will definitely be used in the Hades fight. So I think I'll take that. Like, it'll be a miracle if I make it without a Death Defiance here.
Oh, what's in this stuff?
And going into Hades with only 73 HP is really sketchy.
Maybe I should check the other passageways before I leave.
Because of tight deadline, I'm not going to do that, Zacharias, but it's not a bad idea to look for a Well of Charon to offer a Death Defiance here, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy Artemis.
I got one.
Because we could get Hunter's Mark. It won't matter that much, but if we can bounce like one extra guaranteed crit on Hades, it'll help.
I'll take this one.
Alternatively, I fill this up. Nah. Hunter's Mark it is. And a palm, please.
Power of Olympus.
Little bit of extra damage on the slicing shot. Not amazing. Do I reroll for special? Probably not. We'll just take it. Alright, Charon. We have talked to you already. Alright, Kiwi, wish me luck.
Thus has the prince again persuaded fearsome Cerberus to get out of his way.
Look, I'm going to be entirely honest. Guan Yu is not the weapon of choice for a 32 heat run, especially if you're not the best at higher heat runs. But the fact that I've gotten this far is, I think, worth recognizing. We'll see how this run ends. There's a decent chance I throw the run, but there's a decent chance I could play well if I just, again, play to the strengths of this weapon. Keep my distance, just depend on hunting blades and my special.
So, Varatha and Gygaros are to clash again upon this empty field. Let us have at it then.
Aye aye, Captain. So normally I would tag him with the special outright, but I'm just going to drop hunting blades and then see what happens. Okay, nice crit for 1400 on first hit, not bad. I probably just don't depend on Heartrend here just yet. Yeah, I can probably get away unpunished, but I can also do this. Give me one dice. Okay, good. Phase. Now these little fast enemies are a pain because while they don't do much damage individually, they do eat my evergreen acorn shields, which are really the bigger issue. So I'm trying to pop them as quick as possible. Hunter's Mark. All right, I think I got hit there, so we have. Oh, actually no, I didn't somehow. All right, charge this up. Okay, now Hades is cursed with weakness for the next like 10 seconds. Actually, it's a pretty long duration once you get empty. We got a rare tier empty inside. It's not even the biggest empty inside possible. But it's gonna do some work for us. I'm lucky that didn't hit me. Alright, we've still got 3 charges on Acorn. 2 charges on Acorn because, again, tiny enemies that spam projectiles or spam attacks clear your shields very quickly. I guess if we do lose Acorn, I've lost Acorn actually. No, okay, now I've lost Acorn. But he's also lost all his friends, so we're fine. Using Ares' aid because I did not think I could get out of that in time. That crit to end the phase. Okay, we are so far a pretty clean Hades, but only because we had Acorn to carry us, probably. I'm gonna choose Charge Skewer here. He's probably gonna go for lasers. No? Okay. Now he's going for pots. Okay, so I need to be extra careful against pots in particular, because pots legitimately one-shot me with this amount of HP. Lasers. Okay, we bail out. I could probably position for that, but I didn't want to risk it. Going for lasers again. I'm just going to play it safe. I guess we killed his cast stone, so we have enhanced damage on this. If it crit, oh, if it crit, it would have done like 2k damage, which would have been awesome. I am playing extremely safe, and I have 2 minutes to play with, so I think that's fine. Kill his friend. Now he's got Hunter's Mark on himself, so we should get a good crit here. 1300, not bad. I need to be careful because my dash does pop pots, as do these little cast stones. I think he's charging lasers. I am playing extra safe, but you really do need to against Hades with Guan Yu. Alright, this should be a free phase for us because he's just going to let us get behind him. Charge this up really quick. Toss out a Hunting Blade. I expected to get hit again, so once again I used Ares' aid to get out of hits. I think we have this. Unless I just face tank a whole lot of damage. Not getting any lucky crits here. I have one Boldy. Oh, I should just drop that Boldy now. While he's standing still. Ooh, he has Hunter's Mark on it. This could crit. It didn't. Oh no. Oh no, pots. Oh, those pots are so scary, Kiwi. And auto target really wanted me to kill that pot in particular. I have nothing that I want from you, Hades, aside from a clean kill or face tanking all of the damage. Okay, lasers, bail out. Hunting Blades. One good crit and I think we win here. 2, 3, and there's the crit. Alright, and we didn't even lose a Death Defiance.
You tell no one at the house. Do you hear me?
Look, the bow is basically my best weapon, and we turned the spear into a monstrous bow. Alright.
You win, boy.
Again, Guan Yu is not the weapon of choice for a 32 heat run. But we made it work. We made it work. This is definitely the easiest way to run Guan Yu. Get Charge Skewer, build around Artemis Special, Heartrend. And honestly, don't depend on Heartrend. Depend on Artemis crits. So build around crit before anything else. If you're able to get a cheeky attack off, that's great. And the way I was playing it, I think was really smart. Since I knew Hades has locked in animations, especially when he's like dashing off into the side and charging attacks or using like his big sweeping slashes. That was my chance to charge the skewer, the spin, which persists, so I don't have to ever get fully in melee range. Anyway, with all that said, let's go ahead and honor Guan Yu because we need to have that on the victory screen. And then, of course, we had the most gorgeous Deadly Flourish, but Heartrend, Hunting Blades, Deadly Flourish, and then I think Charge Skewer. I mean, I want to honor Rush Delivery, but Charge Skewer, man, it carries the run. I mean, realistically speaking, we had a very powerful single target hit damage sort of run to begin with. But there we go, 127 win streak. I think this is win 13 out of 24 on all aspects 32 heat challenge. Let's go say goodnight to the house and call it a day.
The Underworld Prince is getting rather good at this, but let us say he perished anyhow.
Now, we're running out of weapon aspects, so I think the rule of thumb that I'm going to apply is once we've completed a weapon, we've used all 4 aspects on this challenge, even if it gets the Dark Thirst, I will just not use that weapon, and I'll get to pick. It'll get to be runner's choice for what weapon I pick.
Out there. Guess you're here to stay.
Well said, Hypnos. I am definitely here to stay, especially just to see you, my best friend, Hypnos.
I heard you did good work out there last time.
You helped. Honestly, you showing up to save some time and give us a whole bunch of HP really helped. Life Affirmation probably carried us a little bit there. If we hadn't gotten all that HP that we did.
The triple-headed monster Cerberus is dutifully sitting there as ever.
I'm pretty sure we also survived at least 2 fights with 1 HP exactly left.
Good boy.
Not for long. I mean, we eventually lost the Death Defiance either way, but hey, I'm pretty happy with how that Hades fight went. It was pretty darn clean, all things considered. All right, Hades.
Your infamy throughout Elysium has only grown.
I mean, did you see those crits on the heroes? I think there's a good reason for it.
I remain your humble court musician, Zagreus.
Cheers, mate. Fine job, Thanatos.
All right, broker. Anything good for us? Ambrosia. Again, I don't have any use for Titan Blood, so I guess I'll take that.
Deal to pass up.
Meg?
The spear is competent in the right hands, but it can't stop a whip.
I mean, it probably can.
I must admit, mistress, I've not enough experience against such a weapon to refute your claim. Quite fortunately, sir.
Just ask your young ward, your trainee. He's got a lot of experience stopping whips with the spear. All right, is that it? Looks like that's it. So let's go say goodnight to Skelly Kiwi and call it an episode. Quick song. A little lullaby to help you fall asleep. We should be almost complete with that prophecy, I suspect. We're pretty close.
Less talking, more socking here, pal.
All right, speaking of which, this looks like it's going to be our final gauntlet run. There's only one weapon left, the aspect of Zagreus on the gauntlets, and then we have completed all the gauntlets for this 32 heat challenge. We'll see what I get. But Kiwi, with all that said, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and in the next one, some more Hades 1 fun. Until then, sleep well, and I'll see you then.
Duck me good. Oops, gotta go.